All right, the day has come. I'm so excited. We got rid of this gym equipment. If you have been watching in the past, this little area is kind of like the rest of the workshop is over there. This is a little area which has kind of been like, it had my gym equipment, it had a squat rack, barbells and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't really using it. Even like I can go to, there's literally a gym around the corner I could go to. I would use it like once every couple of months when I'd go, oh, I need to do another workout and blah, 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 blah. I've still got a couple of little bits and pieces so I can still work out, but I didn't really need all of it. And realistically, I wanted more space because look at all this. Look at all this. It's space. And I saw my gym equipment on Marketplace. This is not a promotion for Marketplace, nor this is a promotion for this, but I bought with the money I sold, with the money I earned from the gym equipment, I bought these. Let me bring you down. Let me show you what we have. Ooh. You ready? Okay. I have a drill press. I have a bandsaw. I have a bench grinder. That's some safety equipment for all this. I'm so excited. This means we can make way more stuff. It means we can cut stuff a hell of a lot easier. It means we can drill vertical holes. We can use our Forstner bits way more. But I need to assemble it. These are really heavy boxes, by the way. I picked this one up, which was the smaller of the two. It's the drill press. It's a bench drill press. It's not a floor standing one. And I was like, oh, I'll carry that one in, and we'll figure out how to get the other one in. And I picked up, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna drop this. It is 55 kilos. So I didn't drop it. I got it in. It was fine. But let's put this stuff together. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for so long. So let's start putting stuff together and let's see how we go. Yay? Come on. With the smallest one, no less heavier, but the smallest one. It is a bench grinder. I have wanted a bench grinder for ages. I used to have one in Melbourne. I used to use it all the time, just for, taking the edges off things, sharpening things, doing anything like that. Haven't had one up here. Pick this one up. Not the most expensive one. It does what it does. It spins around. It will sharpen things. There's little bits in, these are all the guards. There's the bottom guards. Oh God, it's heavy. It's massive. It's super big. Get it on the side here. Get it out. There you go. Easy. Done. All right. It's fun. All right. Turn it around. It's cool. Look at that. Let's get some more light over here. And figure out how to... Should add a little bit more front light. Yep, good. Excellent. Abbott & Ashby, they're an Australian brand. They're from New South Wales. This was a demonstrator model, I think. So I got it a little bit cheaper. I'll make sure it's all, it needs a little bit of tightening. Let me open it up. Let's put it all together and see what we can grind with this one. All right, grinder is done. It's a heavy one. I'm probably gonna have to tie it or bolt it down to the bench or bolt it down to a stand. It'll probably go on that other wall eventually, as will the drill, but we'll build the drill here too. Let's try it out. Now I do have, which I believe is an important addition to all this, a safety shield, which I know these things have little shields, but we're going to be doing drilling, we're going to be doing band sawing, probably grinding, but also like angle grinding, but also this grinding. It's important to, you know, be safe. Where's this going? Goes in there now. Oh wait, that turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they all go like that. This goes through there. There. They turn. Okay, yeah, this sits in that groove. They turn like that, so you can replace the shield. And they go like that. Oh yeah. Important. I needed to get, because I don't have, the ability to have safety glasses. I've got regular glasses, and whilst they will protect your eyes somewhat, this probably needs to be deeper. Can it be deeper? Oh, it can be. Oh yeah, that fits now. Okay, look at this. Like a professional. All right, can you still hear me? If you are, you can probably see yourself. Hi. Can you hear me if I'm like this? Because I can hear me loud, but you probably can't hear me as well. Oh, you can probably also hear the fan. Hold on. Sorry, it's really hot in here. Can you hear me when I've got this on and the fan's not on? Is that a thing? Sorry. I completely have tuned out the fan now. You're probably going to get a whole bunch of videos now in the summer months that have fan noise in the background, and I'm sorry. I will try to turn it off when I remember. But you know, let's have a look at let's grind something. I freaking want to grind something. Let us get some, I don't even know what I've got. I mean, I've got sharp stuff I want to sharpen, but I don't really want to just do that now. Let's just grab a bit of aluminium and see if I can round the edge. Aluminium, let's go. We'll do it on this one first, which is the heavier, the coarser grinding wheel. Then we'll do it on this one. Just gonna see if I can round the edge off, and then round the edge off on here. Now, this isn't bolted down, so it might wander a little bit on the bench. I don't know. It's a fucking giant engine, or it's a giant motor, so fucking who knows. Let's have a try. I think it looks all right. That's awesome. That's really good. Look, you can't see too much. I didn't really do too much. Just rounded the edges, and then used the big one to round the edges, or the coarse one around the edges, and this one to take the burrs off. I'm starting to understand what this thing is now. So this I need to raise to get into the middle of the wheel. It's because when I was grinding on this thing, it was giving a little bit of an angle. Now I understand what that's for. It's to get me to the center of the wheel, which will fix another time. It's really easy. You just gotta undo this, raise it up, and okay, I'm understand. This one's a bit more where it needs to be. This one's really, really low, so we'll figure that out. Let's get onto the drill press. I'm so excited. All right, we gotta unpack the drill press now. Honestly, this is the first time I've ever put a drill press together, so let's see what happens. That's my cat stuff. Holy shit, it's big. All right, I'm gonna leave that part in there, and then I'm going to work on the next part over here. It'll have to be done in separate stages. I'm not sure if my bench is going to be big enough for it. We're going to have to build one anyway. We're going to have, what am I doing? We're going to have to build a bench anyway at some point for this. I want to put it over here. I want to build a little bench here that'll take either an angle grinder and the drill press or just a drill press, put it on some wheels so I can wheel it around a little bit just in case we need to get material in and out, but also it's nice to be able to move things around in here because the room is so tiny. But we'll build it over here on this bench and we'll fucking deal with it later, I guess. Let's go over there. All right, it says that I need to adjust the angle of the drill press so that the center here is the center roughly, accurately here, with a plumb bob. Now I don't have a plumb bob. Turns out I always need one more tool. So I've made one with a scribe. Look, it might not be 100% accurate, but it'll get me in the ballpark. You know, we'll get there. Okay, now this part is actually really interesting because you might be able to see, I'm not sure, you probably can't, I don't know. See, everything's really shiny. It's not just because it's new, it's because everything's kind of come with a thin layer of oil on it, just to stop rust and to protect everything, which I'll hopefully keep with maintaining this thing. But we need to put the chuck and the arbor together. And that kind of involves hammering this bit into this bit so it forms a pressure fit. But to do that, I've just read the instructions and I need to clean this and this of all oil inside and up and probably up here as well. They recommend using mineral spirits. Which I have some, so luckily. Otherwise we'll have to go get some, or something. I'd have to figure out something. Like we do, we always figure out something. Now, I think it's actually in here somewhere. Here it is. It's a mineral turpentine. It's probably the same thing, right? I use it for cleaning paintbrushes, but today we are going to use it for getting oil off an arbor and a drill chuck. So, I've got a paper towel. I've also seen YouTube videos where people just like roughly, not roughly, but finely sand it just to give it a little bit more perch. I'm not sure I'll do that. We'll see how everything feels when I get to it. But it's starting to smell like turps in here already. Let's start cleaning this off. Now also my hands are really oily too, so I might need to use this to hold it. And clean in there. Because we don't want this bit falling out. You know, could really do without it. Sorry. Now then I need to hammer it. And for that, I can use my hammer. I can use my fancy hammer. So that goes in here like this, and then we just hammer it, apparently, just to give it a bit of press fit. Let me get my hammer. If this fails, I have a bigger hammer. Yeah, that's, I'm just, you know what? I'm just gonna get one more. Look at that, perfect. My favorite hammer. Okay, so now we gotta do the same to this, I think. Right. Oh yeah, I see. That's tight. Look, I gave it a couple of extra hits. Not hard ones, just enough to... It looks like a drill at a drill press. Also, I figured out what this is. This is to get the chuck out. There's a little hole in here. And you sit this in here, somewhere. You know, you sit it in there and you hit that and it pushes in. I've actually got another one of these, which must be from an old drill press that I had back in Melbourne. At least I know what it is, and I shouldn't throw it out. All right, we're kind of done. This is all together, the light's working. We're going to just do a test drill bit. I've got nothing I really need to drill straight away, but we're gonna use the piece of wood we've pretty much used to test everything in the workshop so far. Let me go grab a vise because I don't want to hold it. I'm practicing safety. Oh, actually, speaking of safety, there's this thing I don't know how to put on. Actually, I think this goes over there. Hang on, how does this work? Screw? Okay, hang on. I think this is the little extra safety guard that goes here and it flicks up for when you don't want it. Let's you know what? We're safety conscious here. We're gonna add this on. I don't know if we'll keep it on. I do have my face mask, so I just think it might get in the way. But you know, it's been supplied. Oh God, that snaps down like super hard. Let's be careful of that. Let's be aware. Let's be aware. What are these for? Oh, hang on. Look at that, it slides down. That's cool. I like that. Anyway, we'll keep this the way it is right now. We'll leave it like that. Safety, everybody, safety. Let's get the vise. And I'm kind of running out of wood on this side, and the vise is quite tall. Still learning about everything. I can adjust things. That's so good. I'm so enjoying this. Okay, let's clamp this bit of wood this fashion. I'll keep it on the side so you can see it. And we will get I'll just grab my drill bits, which probably need to sharpen. Whatever this one is, it's kind of a medium. Hang on. So this goes up. Oh, that's bad design. All right, we have drill in. We have chuck tightened. Take chuck out at all times because the chuck will go flying. Other safety, chuck will go flying. Now let's see where it's going to drill. Not there, about there. Okay, perfect. And we're going to drill through it. Let's see if it works. Awesome! Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Look! Look at the hole! That's so good. Alright. Hell yeah. Actually, you know what else we can use with this now? Let me show you. I want to show you something. We actually used it in another little quick video when I was building the GoPro camera rig, which is up there. I'm pointing to you up there. Use Forstner bits. And I haven't really been able to use too many Forstner bits, or I haven't really used too many Forstner bits because I was kind of waiting for the drill press, to be honest. Let me go grab them, and I'll show you what they are and what they do and why I'm excited. Also, I turned the fan off while I was over there because I forgot again. So sorry about that. Forstner bits. I've got this set. It's just the small set. It's only, I think it's 1/4 inch to 1 3/8 inch. But they're hole saws, but they work the same way as kind of a drill does. It was more of a drill than a hole saw. So it's got this nice little point, as you can see there. So it doesn't go too deep, but it's nice and flat. But it allows you to drill beautiful holes into things and through things. So let's try one of these in here. Can we get down? How far can we get down? Yeah, a little bit. Let's raise that up a little bit. Okay, so there. Yep. All right, let's do it. Oh no! You know what? I should be using my safety gear after that. Be safety conscious. Talk to you. Safety conscious. That needs to be tighter. I didn't do the chuck bit, did I? I've got to get used to the chuck. I'm so used to the keyless chuck. Okay, here we go. Are we in? Okay. Okay, so see how beautiful this hole is. You can just create nice little, just shallow depths. You can drill all the way through. You can offset with a Forstner bit as well. You can, let me grab one. If I've got the big one, the 1 and whatever inch one, I can actually, because it's got the little point, and that's the thing that centers it, you can center it off a piece of wood and create a hole off a piece of wood, which is cool. That's the drill press. We might do the bandsaw tomorrow. It's getting late and I need dinner. I've done so much today. I'm so tired. It's so hot and I need the fan back on. Let's rejoin together in, I don't know, 12 hours, 18 hours, I don't know. For you, it'll be like 10 seconds. So I'll have coffee. We'll all just hang out together. Okay, bye. Good morning. Welcome back. As if by magic, we're here. Coffee's good this morning. Workshop is good this morning. We have our drill press. I'm trying out a new audio system, a new microphone system to hopefully eliminate a bit of the fan if I forget to put the fan on. It's not that hot in here at the moment, so we'll leave it off for as long as we can until it gets super warm in here. It's just, Brisbane just gets hot. I don't know what to tell you. We did, like I said, we did the drill yesterday. I love it so much. I like 3 to 4 times I came out here during the evening. It was like just looking at it, turned it on, turned it off, did the wheel thing. The light's not the best in there, but it's probably, good for just adding a little bit of extra light on that side. I will move it eventually. I think it's in the wrong spot. I mean, I kind of have to stand here in the corner. There's a window here, and to do it like this, just because of how wide the thing is and how it's quite big at the back. This, like, the base plate finishes there. I was like, that'll fit on, but then didn't realize that this whole end, like the motor bit at the back, needs extra space. So we'll figure that out eventually. But today we are here to do the bandsaw. I'm really excited. Like I've been excited about all of the stuff in general. The bandsaw though, like my dad has a bandsaw and I've always coveted it. It's just a really great bit of equipment. So we finally got our own, which will be good. Anyway, obviously, it's a dangerous tool. All these things are dangerous tools. We've got to act with care around them. But man, I've been able to cut some stuff with the bandsaw, get some different blades for it. One to do curves, one to do straights, one to do metal. It's going to be good. So let's get into it. Alright, okay, alright. So it comes mostly assembled. I think we do have to, so I watched a video about how to assemble one of these last night, but I wasn't actually aware this bit came so fully assembled. Like, I thought I would at least have to put the blade in, but the blade's already in there. Look, we're going to check the tensioning and everything, but I think the first step I need to do, that's how excited I was yesterday. I watched a video about how to assemble this thing. It was, it gave me the overview, but there will be some manual fucking figuring out shit to happen. What do we need? We need the legs more than anything. What's that? It's the guides, some bolts. Probably need those at some point. Instructions. Need those. What's this? This is wheels and stuff. What's this? Alright, this is where we need to start, which is the legs. Oh god, they're heavy. Alright, I've decided to move around to the other bench here, which is better light, and rather than I was about to sit on the ground and do it, and I was like, I don't really feel like sitting on the ground. This might not be big enough, but we'll figure it out as we go. The instructions. I've got the boxes. So these look like all the bolts for the legs, plus because there's the feet and there's some leg bits. So let's get to making. All right, so the bad part is the big box is where it's going to go. And I kind of want to assemble it there. So I've got to wrestle that box out of the way, stick the frame in there, get the bandsaw out, stick it on the frame, and then tighten, and then do the final tighten of the frame. Make sure everything's square. Whew, here we go. Always lift with your legs. And try not to lift stuff that's got a blade in it. I don't know. All right. I really needed help getting that on there. There was no way I was going to do that by myself. Just getting it, that much higher is far out. Now we have to tighten up the bolts. The instruction said to leave the bolts kind of finger tight on the bottom, just so you can jiggle anything around and get those first couple of bolts in. Now we have to go through and tighten everything and put the bench on. Let's go. All right, now's the next hard bit, which is getting the table onto the bandsaw. There's this thing called a trunnion, which kind of holds the table, and we got to bolt that in there. It's this thing, which apparently all I need to do is not lose this when it spins off the edge. Oop, failure. Oh Oh no, washer fell out. Okay, try that again. Then that goes through here. And then that goes on the bottom again. Somewhere in here. Oh, how do I get that in there? Wait a second. Wait. There. That one. There we go. Oh yeah. Right, so that locks the table into place. Then when you want to change it, you can undo this. And then you can rotate it to whatever which you want, I think. Wait, someone's got a screw at the front. Oh, maybe the screw goes at the back. Or maybe I've got this on, I think I've got this on backwards. Of course I've got this on backwards. And I've got to undo this thing again. Fuck. Yeah, that's the right way. Nobody saw that. Okay. Oh, that flows so much. It's so much better when you put it on the right way around. Trial and error. Okay. I've also just realized the table has to go in from the back. The back. Damn it. All right. All right. This has taken a while, but I'm not sure if it's just because I've been overly cautious because of the giant spinny blade thing, but I'm really excited. Everything's kind of, look, it's got this cool blade guide thing, so which you can open up and, you know, depends on the size of the material you're cutting. I'm just going to leave it at the bottom because I'm going to test it with our test piece of material, which is this little thing. It's got, I'm not sure you can see it from this side, but it's got this big, I'll show it to you in a second. It's got this big off button, just, you know, to make it easy to turn off just in case of emergencies. It's plugged in. I've checked everything. I've checked the blade is kind of tracking right. The tension is right, I think. We'll just turn it on. We're just going to turn, I'm just going to stand to the side and turn it on, and we'll see what happens. This is the, let's put that down. This is the, oh, safety. I have to, I'll put the mask on, just in case. Not that the mask is going to be the most safetiness, you know, there's bodies and stuff to figure out, but, you know, better safe than sorry. Everything seems, that's what a bandsaw sounds like. Hell yeah, that's it. That's what it should sound like. All right, now I did get this as well, which is important because I need to get some dust extraction stuff sorted out. But in the meantime, I've got a little dust mask to put on. Let's put the dust mask on, let's do a test cut and see what happens, and then I'm gonna go and get a drink because I'm so thirsty. It's so hot down here. But let's try it out.
Right, I'm masked up. I'm going to do a test. Now I've got the fence here, so we're going to be cutting like a centimetre and a bit sections. We'll see how it goes. Hell yeah, that's cool as shit. Look at that. You bandsawed some things. Whew. Alright. That's a bandsaw. That's fun. Alright. Now we are done. Check it out. Check out the workshop. It's cool. We've got a bandsaw. We have a drill press, we have a grinder, we have me. It just means I'm gonna be able to make a whole bunch more stuff a lot more easy. Look, that's way better use of that space than the gym equipment that I never used. We're gonna use this all the time. It's gonna be super handy. We got to drill vertical holes repeatedly and to a set depth to be able to cut whether it's repeatable pieces of wood or just not have to drag the circular saw out to the outside to set up. I'm hot. I need a drink. Thank you for hanging out with me while I set up the workshop. We didn't make anything, but we made a workshop. Join in, subscribe, or sign up to the Patreon, where these videos will come out a month before they do on YouTube. But just watch and go make stuff. And thank you for hanging out. I'm holding this so I can't do my usual and. Okay, bye.